So I'd like to discuss Ricochet. This is what I would suggest for Ricochet. And this is what I would consider the road least taken. Right? So as we know, Ricochet's contract came up, right? With WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. Right? What I would have done if I was in his shoes, the first call I would have made was to, Matt Cardona, and find out what is his strategy and what's the science to, that he's using as an independent contractor with GCW and yada, 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 right? Based off that knowledge, what I would do is stay a unsigned free agent for a while. My first appearance would be at the Wembley show, AEW versus Will Ospreay. Would not sign. I would do exactly what Matt Cardona did when he came 2 times that I've seen. One was to wrestle against Cody, and the last time people might have missed it because it was on a Saturday. It was when he did the pop-up and he wrestled Edge. And then when I saw that match, I said, damn, I'm sure that WWE would have loved to have had that, but, it is what it is. So, he shows up at Wembley, gets huge pop, everybody goes crazy. He wrestles Ospreay. Like I said, he stays unsigned. And then maybe he does some pop-up shows at GCW. Now, keep in mind, Wembley is in August, right? Maybe he does some GCW shows, pops up. Then he shows up at Impact. It's unfortunate that Mustafa just dropped that title, because that would be a good run. But then he could also wrestle against Mike Bailey if they're going to keep the strap on Mike Bailey for the X Division title, just for right now, right? And now with the crossover with WWE and TNA, he could hang out in TNA just for a little bit. He could wrestle, what's the kid's name from the Rascals, or any of the Rascals, period. He could wrestle Nick Nemeth. I'm not even talking about he should have the strap. Just having really great matches. His focus should be on learning how to cut great promos, which is what I should have said first. With his time out, he should have taken his ass straight to improv classes. 1 comedy class for improv, 1 acting class for improv. Because I thought I was alone. I knew I wasn't. I heard another professional wrestler say his weakest skill set is his promos. He could have taken I think he left in either it was late May or June, right? From that point on, or even before, already had been taken. And his girl is an actress, so she could have gave him all types of referrals to step up his game for promos. So when he makes his return, oh shit, Ricochet can do promos now, right? So with that being said, so he hang around TNA. He even suggest to these guys, hey, I'll be willing to do a run in NXT, go do something real fast, bounce out, whatever, and then they could wait, because I don't know what his actual plans are for SummerSlam. I have no idea. For SummerSlam, for WWE, if there's anything that's hidden that we don't know about. I'm just saying, in my multiverse, what I would do. And then even do something where he would do a pop-out, because after SummerSlam, going into this 4th quarter, they don't have a really big high event as far as I'm concerned. I don't think they did TLC for a while. I can't recall. Someone hopefully will remind me. Whatever, right? So let's say September comes and you're running a story with Braun Breaker, right? Do not have Braun Breaker mess with Samantha, because then that's already set up. Just have Braun Breaker maybe doing something with Dragunov, or maybe again with Sami Zayn, and out of the blue, Ricochet pops up. Now keep in mind, he's still a free agent, so now he's already did his pop-up in AEW. There's 1 shot, he's out. He popped up in TNA, did a small little thing, and then surprisingly, he would pop up pop the Shatter Braun Breaker, have a small run. These are things I had mentioned months ago where I had said WWE has to get out of that. You always hear me saying that brainwashing shit of the old school shit. Have people come do 6 months like the thing with Trish. I was not expecting Trish to stay that long, and she had an excellent run, in my opinion, as I always say, right? So why not have Ricochet pop up? He can even do a 3-month contract. He's still figuring it out, or he'll still be with TNA. Whatever. I remember Jordan Grace. She was unsigned for a while with Impact, like for a long while. I think probably before they even initially put the strap on her, the Knockouts title, she was, just on a handshake deal because she was just loyal. He could do something like that until, let's just say with World Wrestling Entertainment, they see everything he can do. He can cut promos now. He had a great match at Wembley. He and Mustafa really showed up and showed out an Impact. He and Nick had something. He and the Rascals did something. Oh my God, we really slept on him. We could roll him back, bring him in for a 6-month, 3-month storyline. Maybe something where, like I said, we're going into the fourth quarter where he'll pop in the Rumble. Something will happen that'll set up something for WrestleMania. And after WrestleMania, his contract's up and then he can move on again. Rather than we sign for 89 years, yada, yada. It's the same old bullshit. But at the end of the day, he has to work on his promos. His in-ring skill sets, top notch. When you have a talent in another company blowing you up saying that you are basically the prototype of what everyone is doing now, that's fucking huge. When you were a big name in Lucha Underground, that's pretty huge. And then you came here, and we know what happens when people come here. A lot of people come here like that's my fucking company again. WWE, sometimes they get buried. Andrade just came back. Andrade started complaining. Already into his run. So, it is what it is. But that's what I would suggest. Don't be so hard pressed to sign, because in my opinion, AEW, he's going to get a good 6 months to a year. And after that, I don't know what's going to happen. I was just thinking, but like 3 minutes before I even did this, about Malachi. And I was just in my kitchen saying, yo, you know what? Because I thought I read something like, he's talking about going back to WWE. And I was thinking, I said, damn, you know what? He had a really good run in AEW. He got a lot of play with the House of Black. A lot of play. So I could see him still staying. When I'm telling you, for those that don't watch, and I don't watch AEW a lot, but I know, just watching Julia Hart, who's a part of the House of Black. She's injured. I don't know what they're going to do now. But she would come out all the time with House of Black. Like, damn, these fuckers are on all the time. I watch this shit. She's on. So he got a lot of burn. So if he stayed with AEW, he's one of the few people, imports, next to Samoa Joe, Edge, and Christian. But when he came, he got burned. So if Ricochet goes over to AEW, and in 6 months to a year, you don't see him anymore, then you know what it is. I could see him. This is it. I would basically just slow down my thoughts. I would do what Chris Jericho did when he said, and I've said this repeatedly, take out a pen and pad. Chris Jericho said I had 2 years of concepts of who I wanted to have matches with and how the storyline was going to go. I would be doing the same thing if you're going to sign with All Elite. I wouldn't even, if I would just have that one match, Wembley, if you can make it with Ospreay, and then I would let that build into a rematch. It doesn't even have to have a definitive winner. If he's going to sign with All Elite, let that build for a little bit. He could have matches with Swerve. He definitely has. There's some sort of awkward heat with Sammy Guevara, because The reason why I bring him up is because he's supposed to be coming back on television, and that's another motherfucker that needs to work on his promos. And he probably sat in his ass and played with his child, no disrespect, and chilled with his family and did not work on promos. He's gonna come back and be just as fucking whack. And I don't even watch his shit. I'll just let time. When I turn on the shit in November and I see him cut a promo and be like, yep, exactly, you did nothing with your fucking time. Sammy Guevara would be another good one. If he could lead up to MJF at a certain point, that could be a good one. If he had a feud with Christian, that could be a good one. Damn, I would love to see him with Top Flight. Those are some badass dudes. Top Flight with him. I don't know if a feud. Don't throw them in like a 6-man tag thing or whatever. Something with Top Flight with I forget their names, but the older brother, the one that got injured first. Not the one that's the high flyer, not the star, because the younger brother, he's when his brother got injured, that's when you really saw who he was, man. He just went ham. But let's say he got into a feud with that cat, the oldest brother out of Top Flight. That could rock out. He could also do something with Private Party, with Isaiah. Because the other cat, I don't really see him too much. I don't think that Tony believes in him. I don't think Tony believes in Private Party, period. But he could do something with either one of those guys. Actually, he should help the other one because they both probably need the push. And that could probably be about a year's worth of work. You know, just working with the new talent rather than trying to do something with fucking, Bryan Danielson. Stay all the way the fuck away from Moxley. Stay all the way the fuck away from Castagnoli. Stay away from all those guys. Even fuck around with ROH and just try to fuck with the young guys. I forgot that guy's name. Sheesh. He used to roll with QT Marshall. Shit, I forgot his name. Have a feud with him. He could actually, if you're going to put him in a team him up with Big Shotty in ROH. Team him up with that guy. And I think they can rock out. Oh, he can also have a feud with, the kid from Aussie Open that has the ROH title. So that's only if he's going to sign with one of the, and that's not one of those companies. Well, we signed with AEW, signed with ROH. So, but I just gave you two avenues. One would just to be just a free agent and you just move around like Matt Cardona. Do a pop-up at WWE, a short stint, do pop-ups at GCW, do pop-ups at AEW, do pop-ups at TNA. Maybe you hang out there for a little while longer. Pop-up in NXT. Smash on Braun Breaker, then you break out. And maybe it leads up to WrestleMania. You guys have a match. And let's say you take the L, but you guys have a really great match. You help push Braun Breaker. And then after that, you leave. Your contract's up. And then you just stay a free agent again. And then maybe if you decide that now you want to sign with All Elite by 2025 after WrestleMania, because WWE is going to be like, we don't have anything creative for you, then you bounce. Or you just stay with TNA. Because after a while, they're going to need some people. So that's it. I don't see Samantha leaving. If she's wise, she'd keep her little ass right in WWE because she's likable and lovable. The way that Tony let what's-her-face go, that shocked the shit out of me. Dasha, who I felt should have stayed, and he brought in some new people, and I'm just like, nah. You keep Renee, you keep Dasha, you keep the Dapper Yapper, and then all these new people. I'm glad Alicia Toot is there. I have not seen her yet, but the fact that you got rid of Dasha, if I was Samantha, I wouldn't even go. Stay right where you at. And I'll leave it at that. I'm out. Peace.